There we go. Let's get some games in. Hopefully, we'll continue climbing out of this hole. We'll see how it goes. All right. Well, this looks very much like a Tanyao hand. It's like super tempting to see this sort of thing and really want to go for Honitsu, but I just don't think that's right here. That's interesting. Not sure why. I have static all of a sudden. We'll see if we can fix that on the fly here. I'm sure we can. We don't need that one yet. I think I do want to keep this hand closed for at least a little. Maybe pawn was the right play there, though. Hard to say. How is it that I don't have a webcam, though? Oh, there it is. Okay. First, we don't know how to make the webcam work. Then we lose the webcam. Oh, hey, Hat Soup. I'm like sort of gone. I'd have some other stuff in the works right now. There's just a couple problems I'm working on in real life, unfortunately. Wait, then it suddenly went away? What? I'm so confused right now. How do you go from like static? I don't know. Great to hear, Hatsu. I appreciate it. Thanks, Tukana. Okay, is this where I'm supposed to open? If I open, I don't really have a good discard is the problem. I'm going to hold off on it. We are Ishanten for Chitoi now, too. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. As much as you guys know I hate Honitsu, sometimes it is just the way to go. I need to think about safety a little bit here, too, though. I'm playing a little bit too aggressively with this hand. That's what happens when I'm having tech issues and I autopilot and everything. Alright. Well, we've discarded a lot of pairs at this point, which is one of the reasons I hate Chitoi as a general hand. Well, that shifts me back towards a standard hand, doesn't it? Because now I can just discard the 6, pawn the 2 or the 4 pin, or the 6 mon, I guess. Hey, Ultra, how are you? Alright, and that's Tempai. I think we Dama here. I don't see a real reason to Riichi just yet. We might be able to upgrade the shape still. Of course. Every time, I feel. Okay, now there the static is back. Now I can fix it. It's a filter. And we edit. First we make a discard, and we're actually going to drop the Dora intentionally on the first discard, which is very interesting, but it's where we are. Alright, there we go. Still like tiny bit of static on my hair and stuff, but this will have to do. Alright. God, it's such a hard position having early hands like this one. Pain, that's not good. Have you tried not being in pain? I realize that's very insensitive to people with like chronic pain and everything, so that's not my intention. But, you know. I'm assuming the pain was in reference to the Dora. Yeah, hat soup. That's about right. The Tenho data shows about 2.5%, like 2.47 or something. So I usually just round to 2.5%. But it is kind of a difficult situation. I feel like the majority of my Chi toys are hands that were gonna be Ipeko anyway, and then they just turned into Chi toy instead. I mean, these draws have been pretty good. Looks like it's not going to be Honitsu, though. Might be Chinitsu at this rate. Ah, no Ipatsumo. Fair enough. Yeah, that is pretty painful, I know. I was actually talking with someone at my local club about this last night. So, like, they were talking about how painful it is to, like, discard a dragon pair, like, not knowing you are, right? Like, you draw the dragon after discarding one and all that. And, like, the theory that I don't know if theory is the right word, really, but, like, the mindset that I have with it is it's just a sumogiri, right? Like, you draw useless tiles all the time, and it's really not any worse to draw a second dragon, right? Like, there's plenty of hands I discard dragons from and all that stuff. But the pair of dragons don't really faze me anymore. So tone is completely uncut here. At least Red's safe. Well, safe against them anyway. To clarify. That looks fine. Wow, not a sumo. Thought it was going to be for a second. Can I cheat that? I'm going to. I don't care if I can or not. Let's go with that. We have to pass this 9 pin, so it looks like that player's just very laggy. Reach Sumodora. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Decent hand here. See where that one goes. Okay. I think there were 3 sevens, so if I remember correctly, and one of them was in the early discards of the player who Riichi'd. So at that point, it's not bad at all. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, there were 3 7 so. I think, like, there's 1 9 so in the Dora indicator, and I think there might have been one more in discards. I can't remember for sure. Oh, geez, that's still coming back right now. I don't know where this static is coming from. Like, it's just randomly showing up for no apparent reason. Okay. That's not what I want. Playing with sliders while playing Mahjong could never end badly at all, right? What if I just make myself full grayscale? Does that work? No. I'm interested to see what this player is going to be on, honestly. I don't know what it is right now. Should be fine.
Don't.
I really don't know what this is behind me right now. I would say these settings were working perfectly fine last time, but that's really not the case, is it? If we do this, actually. That might work. Alright, enough of that now. We'll call it good. My face is only a little washed out. That's very similar to real life. We are ish or round Shanten with this hand. I don't think I actually want to pawn the green here. I don't think there's really a reason to. Especially with that draw. Like, I could just end up drawing 9-so or 6-so, ending up with a pinfu instead. So we're going to hold these for a minute. If we have to Riichi Nomi with the Ryeonmin, that's fine too. That's probably slightly better. More outs to being Tanyao as well. All right. And don't worry, I'm not going gray. Well, I am going gray, but that's a different story. One of these days I'll figure out like actual chroma key settings and everything, so I don't have this kind of problem, but we'll see. It's not exactly high on my priority list to look all bright and shiny for the camera, unfortunately. That lets us pawn if we want to. And I think we're getting to the point in the hand where we do. So even though this kind of takes away the pinfu options, it adds to the speed, so I think it's more important here. Thank you, Hatsup. Yeah, I'd spent a lot on this mic, honestly. Did I say microphone? I meant camera settings and color and blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, sorry, I missed your previous message. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, these games go very, very quickly, honestly. Why does this feel unsafe? Probably because it is. No, not Ron yet. Okay. So that player is just lagging to all hell by the look of it.
Don't.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I had the right area, just wrong player that I was worried about. What is that name? USDJPY. Wild. Okay, what is this? Like the one pin doesn't really do anything here. Huh. It'll be interesting to see what we can do with this one. If anything, of course. Like, obviously 3-mon here is the best draw for sure. Okay. What else can we call? I mean, really, just 10 pi would be great. I don't think I really need to get a bunch of value out of this hand. I love doing that Hatsup. Like, it's just so great to just call random things like that. I just wish it worked in real life instead of, you know, just pre-recorded Tenho streams. Not actually pre-recorded for reference. Disclaimer. If we'd kept the 1 pins, we'd probably be discarding them anyway, so no big deal there. Yeah, like this is looking to just be Riichi Nomi. Maybe we'll get the extra shot and be able to con it, but Very low scoring game already though. Like we're in South 1. No, we do not need any of that on the channel. Oh shoot, I am very, very sorry, Hatsup. I accidentally just banned you. Let me figure out how to undo that real quick. So sorry. Please hold. Don't worry, you didn't do anything wrong. This is me not knowing how my client works, apparently. Channel. Oh, geez, I haven't done this from desktop in forever. Don't worry, we'll get you unbanned soon. Very, very soon. I think it's this one. Yes, it is. Maybe? Okay, do we just move this around? Let's do it. So I don't know if this is actually a good play or not, but I'm going to try for the Honitsu on the Manzu at this point. Okay. Probably should just discard the 6th there, actually. Oh, there we go. I missed that there was a chat command for it. All right, then. That did not work at all. What? Twitch is so backwards sometimes. And obviously I can blame Twitch when I'm sure it's actually me. Let's try this. Okay. No, I think maybe you weren't banned, but it looks like we're good to go now. Oh, never mind. There we go. So sorry about that again. Oh, all right. That is not the first time I've done that either, which is luckily how I was able to figure out what happened there. I just saw your message about not worrying about unbanning you. All right. Now to actually focus on this game. What do we have here? Are you in the vertical stream? There is a horizontal stream too, if you haven't seen it. But whatever works best for you. Okay, I don't think I need this. This is allowing me to keep a little bit of safety behind.
Riichi.
There's a Riichi. Yeah, luckily I don't think I made any real mistakes or anything. Like I discarded the east before the south, which technically punished me, but you know, it is what it is. The delay on this person is going to be the death of me at this point. So much extra stress for no reason. Okay. I would love to figure out a way to push here. Like I could 8-pin, 9-pin. South is safe now. 2 is safe. Thanks, Gabe.
Riichi.
Huh. Is that Dylan? No, it doesn't. That's unfortunate. We would prefer that dealt in.
Dong.
That also works, though. Riichi Pin Fedora. Oof. Hanuman. There's a big hand. Haven't seen one of those yet. What do you mean the early? Also, 1112 isn't actually a great shape, especially when I had a couple other pairs in hand. So really it was for efficiency more than anything. I'd rather keep other shapes that are safer or other tiles that are safer or other shapes that could develop into better shapes at that point. So it's sort of a long-term hand building sort of thing while balancing in some safety, if that makes any sense. Something like that, Parafox. All right, so we're in a solid second here. Mangan behind first in South 3. This hand doesn't look like a Mangan yet, but that could change. I mean, it could be Nagashi, I guess. That's technically a Mangan. So 3, so probably the best draw here right now. Like this 2 isn't great. 2, 3, 4 Sanshoku chance though is there. As well as like a 2-step 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku chance. That is about the worst draw though.
Home.
Yeah, generally I value the incomplete shapes over the completed shapes. So the 111 doesn't need any help, like it's already a completed shape, completed set of 3. The 889, like yeah, it can be a pair, but that's about it. So if I discarded like the 9 or the 8 or something earlier, it just cuts off a lot of tiles you can accept for that shape. 8-7 Tadashi. That's interesting. What are they doing? Like, normally when you discard a Ryamen, you don't discard the one near the edge. I guess there's 2 9s out technically, so it could be worse than something else in their hand. Could also be that they're waiting on 6-3 with a Dora set. Could even be double Dora. Could be the Akka. I think that makes the most sense. So they probably need the 6. Yeah, we'll play it safe here. Yeah, Twimmen's very likely to be on a 3-6 weight. If they're Tempai right now, of course.
Dong.
So I'm curious, going back to South 3. We'll see. I might be able to. So now we're Mangan Sumo. But no, Mangan Sumo is not enough because of tiebreakers on Tenho. We have 7, 8 unique terminals and honors, which is unfortunately 1 short of what we actually need to do something with it. And a 1% chance to win the game is not really enough for me right here. I think I can do better. Green Dragon being Dora could be good. 5200 direct would do it. Watch me discard like an entire Kokushi here. What are we missing so far? 1 pin, Northwind, 1 So, 1 Mon. Okay. So still missing 4 tiles, so it's not exactly too close or anything. How much defense do we want here? I don't think we need the 9 cell. Defense is just going to be way better. Like, dealing into Oya here is the absolute worst thing that could happen. So keeping some safety back seems good. That's a great draw. And that's 5 shapes here too. Attacking with 10 tiles. We're living the book here. Okay, so if we have Adora, doesn't really do enough for us here. I'm not sure how we make this hand into even the 5200 we need to overtake, honestly. Well, that could do. Yeah, let's do it. So the plan right now is some kind of Chi-Toi Yamagoshi BS. For those of you that have never heard that term before, a Yamagoshi is when you, of course, is when you pass a roll on someone in order to roll on someone else. So my ideal right now is I make it the Chi-Toi Tenpai, someone discards the green dragon, I pass the win on it, and then player to my left decides, okay, fine, I can discard this now, and deals in. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm not going to be Tenpai in time for that plan to come true. But I think it is one of my better shots at catching up here. Maybe I should be prioritizing, like, not losing second. I don't know. It's a tough decision, honestly. This is Tenpai, but it's a terrible Tenpai. I'm not going to take it. Like, really, at this point, we just kind of want to be Tenpai at the end. Yeah, we'll take a win if we can here.
Riichi.
That's why we don't Riichi here. Like, we are out of range of the dealer if they're Tenpai at the end.
Dong.
But it doesn't matter, because that's just Toi Toi Tanya out of nowhere. Okay, we'll take a second. Oh yeah, it is probably about the evilest thing you can do in Mahjong, aside from going for Chi-Toi intentionally. But getting a second is a completely fine start to this stream. Alright, so how's our overall stats looking? 26% win rate, still way too high. Alright, let's do it. Back above the 1900 barrier. With the Chanta hand, or Junchan even. We don't quite have all the shapes for it, but I don't see another reasonable path with this hand. So I am going to force it. Yeah, right now we only have 4 shapes, so we need to draw something here. So fun fact with this one. So I had the option of discarding the white or the green. Better to discard the green there, because if someone was going to follow a discard, green's going to come out here before the white would. If they were going to follow the discard from the white, it would have already come out. So it's less likely at that point that whites are in hand. Ugh, that's terrible. It's the little things sometimes, Hatsu. Ooh, that's unfortunate. That is Dora 3. We are Ishan 10, but not for the hand we are looking for. Yeah, Hatsup, I'm at the point in my play where I have to like think about little things like that and tiny optimizations sometimes. There's like other places I could spend my energy, but you know. You too can know someday, Hatsup. I mean, I guess that's Tempai. It's a bad weight, but it's positive EV to Riichi here, I think.
Riichi.
Because we really need to shut down this Dora BS over here. And 8-pin looks like it'll come out if they draw it. So we'll see. Aww. Well, now 8-pin's the Suji trap. So that's something. It's like very likely to come out here. Three, 4, 5 after the Riichi. There we go.
Dom.
Riichi Nomi with an Ura. We'll take it. Like, very not ideal, but shutting down that hand was just more important there. Yeah, like with this hand, we'll probably open up if we get the chance to. Okay. So where are we at with this game right now? Like, it's really just too early to know too much right now. Drawing the pair here, well, fixing the pair means that I can pawn this white dragon without really worrying too much. Yeah. Like, it's not necessarily greedy. It's just that at that point, a lot of times it's right to push, right? Like, you should try to win your big hands. Yeah, no Suji before I reached. No, it's actually a change I've been making to my gameplay more recently. Let's do this one. Where technically a no-value Riichi with a bad weight is still positive EV, which is crazy to me. Like, I would normally just try to break the Tempai, draw something else around, that sort of thing. That's interesting. We're going to hold this for a second. Yeah, like, it's scary, but you also don't want them to sumo, right? Like, that's the other side of it. Because other players are actually somewhat likely to fold harder against them than they are your Riichi. Because they're guaranteed Mangan, you're just like a prospective Mangan. Maybe I should just hit this con. Do I have safety? I think I have enough safety against everyone. Once I draw like a halfway decent tile, I will go ahead and hit it. Oh yeah, sumos become a lot more common as you get higher in the rankings. That's for sure. Okay.
Come.
Not great. At least two of the ones are dead here. Like, I guess we slide down towards the Dora. What's the player on my right need? What are they going for? Late 3-pin Tadashi is interesting. Pins are just so expensive on this board right now. Hey, Green Robbie. Yeah, the mic is supposed to be live. I'm not sure what you mean about clickies, though. I might have to come back and... Oh, you mean clicking the mouse. Fair enough. I guess I probably should look at some kind of noise suppression or something. I like intentionally use very clicky keyboards and mice and that sort of thing. I used to be like very into shooters and whatnot. Don't really do that too much anymore though. That's a great draw. So we don't need this 9 anymore. So we're going to go for that here. That's an awkward draw. I really want to integrate this Dora for sure, because Dora 2 Riichi is completely fine for every sense of the word. So that's kind of the ideal hand shape at the end of this. I just don't know how to get there. Like, it could be 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku is one of the options. But to get there, what would have to happen? We'd have to, like, draw a 6 pin specifically and choose to discard 2, 3 over it. No, I think we just drop the Akka here. It hurts, but I think it's fine. We can still slide down for the Sanshoku if we get the chance. If we get the 6 pin. That's helpful. Oh. No worries, Green Robbie. Like, I assume you can still hear the clicks because I didn't really do anything to silence it or anything like that. But I assume that my talking was more of a thing. Yeah, I muted like a minute into the countdown or something like that. Is this worth it? I'm going to give it a couple turns here. This is Dora 2. Of course, it immediately deals in. Yeah.
Riichi.
Sure. Reach pin for Dora 2. Ipatsumo? Maybe? Oya Haneman? We wouldn't say no to that, that's for sure. Toyman is pushing. Either that or they just had nothing safe, which, you know, does happen. Like, it is a very bad weight as far as proximity to other tiles goes. Wow, pushing with 1,000 points, that's pretty brave, actually. I'm not sure if I'd make that decision. I do Hatsup. I play with my local club once a week, and then often have friends over to my house once a week just to play a little more casually. Occasionally get out on weekends too. Not to mention tournaments and whatnot. This is looking very, very pinfu. I would love to switch around to Tanyao. No, I'm not. I am in the Midwest, unfortunately. Like, it'd be nice to be over in New York, but it is very expensive over there, and I have a life over here. So not going to happen anytime soon. Of course, I would draw that 2 pin instead of the 2-5. Better improvement over here. Like, Reach Pin Fedora would still be fine. But that is awkward. I think we cut this here. Don't want to deal in too quickly. Especially not when that player's in last. Okay. So now we could discard a 5 at some point to get there, but unfortunately not going to get the chance to. Reach Sumidora is not the end of the world, though. South 1 it is. We are very close to our starting score. 2 Dora. That's nice. But yeah, if you weren't aware, Hat Soup, there's actually a lot of clubs out there in the States anyway that do play. So depending on what area you're in, there might even be a group near you.
Home. Home.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Welcome to Mahjong indeed. Do I have that one? Is it Altenjo? Let's find out. What achievements do I have on Altenjo? This is Mahjong. Yep, right there. So this is an interesting position. Obviously, I prefer to be able to Riichi here. I'd like to open this hand, honestly. But if maybe it does work. If I pawn the green dragon, I can discard the 7. I need to be careful about this player, though.
Sumo.
Oh, not anymore. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, like it was an interesting game, but it felt really slow. Like I put out a video with it. It wasn't very popular though, so I never really came back to it. I do wonder if they've changed it much since then. Oh, great work is texting me. Please hold. Hatsu, we're talking about Altenjo. There's a subtitle to it. Altenjo Infinite Hands. Mahjong roguelike. What do we do with this? I think we cut the 9 here because the 9 got cut there. I would like to move this around to Tanyao though, if I can. We'll see.
Home.
Does that work? Not really. Like there's an argument to cheating the 8 there. I don't know. And discarding the other 9 was a bit aggressive here. Well, that's another opportunity. Well, it'd be free 10 though, so let's not do it. Of course. Okay, let's just keep waffling and going back and forth and getting punished for whatever decision we make. Seems like my idea of a good time.
Chi.
That technically works. And they will discard a 5 if they draw it. So let's go with that.
Dong.
Oh well, okay. At least it's not too expensive. That hand was just a mess. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Like, honestly, Bellatra didn't hook me either. I don't know. I think I like the more traditional style of like map crawling and that sort of thing. And Bellatra just didn't have that. It didn't have like the long-term tactical planning that some roguelikes do. At least not at the level I was playing at. So that might be why Bellatra didn't draw me in.
Home.
Hmm. So ideally this hand is a Tanyao, but there's 2 6s already in the discards right now. It's not super likely to be. But I am in a position that I could discard 8-7. Not anymore, though. Instead, let's trim this shape here.
Pom.
They couldn't be on a Pinzu Honitsu, could they? They might just be on... Oh no, they don't have a bunch of Dora because they discarded the 1-mon. What is going on over there? So not anymore because the likely shape for this hand is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So Tanyao doesn't work, unfortunately. Ipeiko Dama. I'd have to discard a Dora to do it, though. Or draw exactly the last Dora. Those don't sound like the sort of thing I do.
Sumo.
It is Honitsu. Wow. I did not expect that after the early 8-pin. Wonder what happened there. Oh, wow. Speaking of Honitsu, I guess that's my option here. I don't really see much else with this hand. Like, yes and no. The isolated honors and everything are actually pretty terrible. So if I draw lots of central tiles like that 6-0, I'm probably going to try to hold on to them and not go Honitsu. Because this Honitsu is actually pretty slow on average, of course. Normally I don't dislike discarding penchants like that, but that punish is always so brutal.
Pom.
This is Mahjong indeed. God, and the 4s got pwned. Yeah, this is starting to look like it's not going to be Honitsu. But at this point, I can still get the last North, which would help a lot. Gonna discard unusable honors first. I mean, I guess we're going for it. The 9 is a bit extraneous in here, though.
Riichi.
Well, that's one dream that went down really quick. We might still have to push here, though. Good lord. If I had a safe tile to discard there, I would have gone for Chitoi. But in this situation, that doesn't quite work.
Sumo.
Sumo's not great for me either. Alright, we have a narrow lead on 4th. So any hand wins them my position. Yeah, it can be a little bit odd to get used to different clients like that, Robbie. Alright, we just need speed here. We're keeping the Akuai pairs, or sorry, keeping the Akuai for potential pairs. Because really we just need to complete this hand as fast as we can, and that helps a lot, actually. So now we get the 1-4 chance for one of the pairs, complete this shape here and the shape here, discard the 6 in the red, and we're good to go, right? Easy. Asterisk. For certain values of easy. That is a pair, though. So it is going to force us to move our plans. If all the 7-mons die here, I'm going to be very sad. If we draw one, though, the opposite thing happens, and I get to be happy instead. But knowing Mahjong, we'll see. It is nice that the 7-pin is safe against everyone right now. If I draw the 8-pin, I can discard the 6-pin and potentially get the Sanshoku. Which I would open for if the 6-so comes out. Maybe even if the 7-mon comes out. But I think I need the 8-pin first. But here, I think we just go ahead and cut that. Again, max efficiency. It is like a little scary to Riichi myself into last place. Of course. But it is technically better than, you know, trying to Dama a Yakulas hand.
地 地
I don't score too many Yakuman. Of course, there's the 8. Like, it's countable. I'm just not sure exactly what the number is, honestly. That's good. Like, we definitely take this here.
リーチ
Not ideal, but we've got to go for it. We don't really have a choice. Maybe the last 8-pin is the Ura.
相撲
Oh, come on. Well, if they're going to sumo anyway, the Riichi didn't hurt me at all. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's update this number. I don't think we played that badly. Like, we just got sumo to death, right? We didn't even really deal into much. So, it happens. But yeah, I know I've gotten, like, all of the common Yakuman. I've been Tenpai for Su Kansu, but didn't get it. Dealt into the dealer instead, who somehow had 0 door with a Riichi at that point. It was crazy.
ポン
I haven't gotten Churimpoto. I have gotten a Kazue. What am I missing? I haven't gotten Shinroto.
ポン
That's a great draw. Yeah, exactly, Gabe. That's just the game sometimes. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Gonna have to be very wary of discarding Sozu like that one. This is very, very wide Ishanten, though. Do we open here? Yeah, let's try to deny the hand here. Hopefully not deal in. Nice.
ドン
Yeah, it's crazy how many things like that happen. It's funny because there was like conspiracies on Reddit that Mahjong Soul was fixing its games to have like these super uncommon things happen more often because like no one in the community saw them before and yada yada yada. But really what it comes down to is like the English player base on Mahjong Soul is so much bigger than it ever was on Tenho. So having that easy access to an English client probably increase the likelihood that that sort of thing comes up, as well as increase connectivity and being able to translate things from Japanese players more easily. Yeah, exactly, Ravi. What are we doing with this hand, aside from only discarding honors and nothing else? Like, to be fair, only discarding honors and nothing else is a legit strategy. So,
Boom.
just such an awkward hand here. Oh, they're 3 Dora too. Yeah. I think that this actually is the strategy. We are going for Nagashi. Let's do it. That sounds like my idea of a good time, Robbie. Yeah, exactly, Marissa.
Dong.
Ah. Oh well. Never Nagashi. Except for that one tournament I got Nagashi in. That one was crazy. It was like a turn 5 Riichi from dealer, and all I was doing was folding. And then the dealer discarded the Dora. That was a terminal. And I'm like, oh, I have 2 of those. Could this actually be Nagashi? And then it was. Imagine getting like turn 5 Riichi and someone getting Nagashi off of it. It's crazy. The sad thing was I did discard all of the honors and terminals I needed for a Yakuman. But there's like no way I didn't deal into the dealer at that point. Like there's just no way to push that hard for that sort of hand. All right, pretty good position here. I would open up for a 5-so or a 5-pin. Or I could just draw the 5-so. That also works.
1
All right, so best shape here is Pinton Reach Dora. We can actually solidify the Tanyo here. Like there are worlds where this goes to 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku, but not anymore. That makes it a lot harder. Discarding 1-mon, 1-mon is interesting here. Like this is a very hard Tanya force. I feel like they have a good bit of Dora. Yeah, we'll take the wider weight, I guess.
Riichi.
Well, I think this one leaves me in the position that I can most likely still push. But pushing against this dealer with a bunch of Dora most likely is really rough.
Dong.
Okay. That is a good outcome. And I dodged the 6 discard too, which was good. Depending how long they were in Tenpai, of course. Yeah. So it's interesting. At some point, let me back up. So Junkiru is a style of Mahjong that I absolutely hate, where basically this one guy came up with a bunch of arbitrary rules for how to play honorably and everything, claims he never lost the game and became a modern legend. And that's the short version. So one of those rules is never discard an honor on the first discard. It's always more honorable in order to let your opponent's time to draw their pair of honors so they can call it. Which is the absolute worst, right? Like, why? Why? Like, I get that it's a Japanese game and everything, but come on. And it's funny because it's actually one thing that I kind of adopted into my play more often. Like, it's not that I'm never discarding an honor on the first discard. I realize I'm like rehashing a video that I made on this already. But the biggest thing is thinking through your discards before you make that discard, right? Like these terminals didn't do anything for me, so there's no reason to hold on to them. We'll do that here. Start to walk it down towards the Dora. Sakurai. Sakurai Shoichi. Also known as Junkie.
G.
Apparently. Which is why the style that teaches you how to play like him is called Junkiru. Way of the Demon. But Junkie just means demon. Like Mahjong demon was the implication. The guy's still alive too. Like, I don't know if he still claims to have never lost a game or if he like just doesn't play to avoid people watching him lose games or something, but
Dom.
here we are. Okay, starting hand a little bit disconnected. So let's see what we can do about that. Yeah, that is nice to have. Like, I've had so many accounts in so many different places at this point, and plus all the real life stuff. I would love to be able to see, like, live statistics of I've discarded this many things, I've dealt into this many hands in my lifetime. Maybe if, you know, in the afterlife, or wow. In the afterlife, they'll have that kind of stat for me. We'll see. Yeah, like in first place, that's definitely the way to go, right? But if you're in a position where you need to catch up points, watch out for that sort of thing, right? Like a lot of times it's better to stay closed if your hand's that advanced. But this was certainly the right play here. Let's cut a penchant, sure. Ah, that wasn't a penchant, it was a Ryoncon. That was a mistake. That was definitely the wrong play. Because yeah, that accepted 5-7, not just 7. So better discard would have been the 9-8 pin first. Small sample sizes are an absolute crazy situation. Sure. It's like technically furry 10, and this is why this was a bad play, but maybe we'll luck out here. We can also open up for Tanya here. It'll speed up the hand a bit. And there's 2 8s dead though. I don't know. 8-so that is.
Riichi.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to turn out better. Like, I would love to push here. I just don't see a path to it. There's just so many unsafe tiles I have to discard.
Dong.
That's fine. Lots of Manzu here, but not really any way that's usable. We're still gonna cut as though we're going for Honitsu, so we'll see if we can pretend. Oh, maybe it's just Toy Toy or Chi Toy. If it's Toy Toy or Chi Toy, I don't need Dora acceptance, so the 3-pin comes out. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, Marissa. My most memorable tournament game. 30,000 point start. I finished at negative 10,000, having never dealt in. It was absolutely insane. Losing like 40,000 points to sumos. I might have like lost one Riichi stick or something, but it was crazy. Yeah, and like before, that was because of population issues. Like there weren't enough people to keep those separated. Nowadays, I don't even know if that's the case. Sand isn't really going anywhere, though. Sorry, just, natural from reading the title there. I will try to remember that. Like, it's interesting because there's people from my local club that come here somewhat often. Like, I've seen a couple chatters from my local club here, and I still call them by their usernames. Like, I could call them by their first name, but, anonymity and all that. Okay, we are pretty hard committed to Chi-Toy at this point. I'd probably Dama the Chi-Toy. Maybe. It's a weird situation. It occurs to me that the one pin discard was very, very wrong. But here we are. I hate how when I stream sometimes and I try to sound so smart and then I just randomly drop a door without realizing it. Even though I talked about door acceptance with the 3-pin, I just didn't. I don't know. Can we push the 4-7 Suji? Probably not, but I'm going to try. The Chinitsu is live, technically, with 8 tiles left. Sure.
G.
Like, this doesn't even get there, actually, does it? Yeah, this can hit Senpai. I guess if it was perfect. If this dealt something I pawn, then this dealt something I pawn. At least I held on to the 8, though. Save myself a couple points. All right. Sure. What do I do with this hand? Like, ideal is to draw a bunch of random Dora, right? But you can't necessarily bank on that. You can't make a game plan around that. So let's just try to improve the shapes and maybe go Tanyao. This could be a Tanyao hand. Or it might progress too quickly to be Tanyao. Honestly, either one would be fine with me. Okay. Is there any way we can catch up here? It's not easy.
Wrong.
Okay. Very not easy right now. Outside of a Mangan direct hit. That's rough. It is Hanemon's sumo range, though. But I think we're just going to try to shut this one down if we can. at this point, just gonna try to play efficiently, get a tempai while keeping a little bit of safety behind, because we really don't want to deal into these two. We're outside Mangun's sumo range from this player, unless there's something there to help.
Boom.
We could theoretically just deal into Oya, but that carries risk too.
Boom.
Okay, so obviously best draw here is 7 so. Do we Riichi? Waiting on 7 so. Jeez. We have to actually make that decision. I'm gonna hold off. I don't know if this is right, but every time I've held off on a Riichi, I sumo right away. So
Sumo.
maybe... Okay, someone sumos right away, I guess. Alright, that's fine. We'll take the second there. Alright. So a little bit down from where we started. But not immensely or anything. Actually, how much is it? Down by 45 points? Okay. We'll make it to 4th dawn eventually. Alright, have fun, Hatsu. Yep, we're here every time, same day, same time. 7 p.m. Remember to like, subscribe, etc., etc. And we'll see you next time. Yeah, every week at 7 p.m. right now. If you haven't yet, feel free to join the Discord. I send out a ping if you sign up for the ping roll. But there's a link in the description, or at least there should be for the Discord. Okay, if you give me just a moment, I can get you on. Please hold. All right. And here it is. Okay. Yeah, hope to see you next time. Yeah, no problem. I'll have to update that. Can I update streams on the fly? Does that work? It does. Cool. The description has been updated on YouTube. I don't know why it's expiring. I have been putting it to never expire. Maybe that's why I've been getting so many fewer spam bots recently. It's probably not your end. This is probably some old streamer lady not knowing how technology works. That's what it usually is. Okay, yeah, let's shift it down to Tanyao here. 7 mon will be a hard one to get. Alright, see ya. A 7 mon could be hard to get, and then the Sozu could be hard to get too. Maybe we'll just Sumogiri terminals and honors for the rest of the hand.
Wrong.
I mean, I guess technically we were right. We did do that. Good thing we held on to this 4. The 6th sense of Mahjong really helping out there. Oh, I probably would have gone for the redeal here. It's not a great hand. Does have Dora acceptance, but that's about all it really has going for it. Oh, excuse me. Like there's an outside chance this becomes a Honitsu. Okay. Like, maybe you should have gone for like Jun-chan here. It's hard though. Especially with the 3s dying. I guess I would have been able to cheat one if I was going Jun-chan. So on that note, maybe I should have held the 1-so for possible Sanshoku too. Hard to say. Jeez, 3s are really dying here.
Riichi.
What is that pond? Like, I guess the 1-mon is probably safe, but we don't even know that. Like, it could have been a 3 discard from 2-3 for all I know. And yeah, they did have a 1. They had the last 3. Wild hand. Riichi Sumo Pinfu Dora? Yeah. I know, right? Then reaches and has the last 3-mon. Insane. It's fine though. Still early, only East 3. This hand just doesn't have value. I'm not trying to make value out of it. Again, the plan of draw a bunch of Dora could work, but we'll see. Two 7-pin being gone. Well, that's good though. Like, there's a chance this becomes Honitsu. Just a small chance, but it's still a chance. Given that that's one of our opportunities for value here, I think we keep that chance open. Yeah, like if 7-pin comes out, I can chi the 5-6 away. Still need to like pair one of the dragons or something, but seems okay. Yeah.
Boom.
All in. Let's do it. Immediately rewarded. Interesting. Still not everything we need, but it does help.
Riichi.
That doesn't, though. The real hope is just that it doesn't hurt.
Chi.
I could have had the pair of green. Alas. The awkward thing that I, am realizing is that I'm not the only one on a Pinzu Honitsu. Can we discard the one mon? I'm gonna try it.
Pon.
I don't know if it's right or not, especially being furry 10. But it changed the discard order well enough that I didn't get hurt. So I guess we'll take it. Alright. Couple Dora, but one's a dragon. Three Dora, and two of them are dragons. That's significantly better. I saw the pawn chance. I was like, oh, is this it? It's not it. Spoiler. We do have to stay closed unless we get the red specifically. Because this red could easily be our pair here. Okay, now we can open. Because now we have the pawn the dragon into 8 for sure. But I still don't think we want to open on anything but the dragon. If we can help it. Because we do still have the option of drawing 6-pin, 9-pin. Really just 6-pin at this point. Oh yeah, these are definitely some of the tiles of all time. If you're keeping track. So mark it down in the history books. I would love if you discarded a tune for me. How much do you have to send on PayPal nowadays to get a Dora discard? Well, I guess we don't need it.
Riichi.
We just need the Hoju. The deal-in. Let's see. The nice thing is it's a lot harder for other people to use the tune here. So it could easily get lost in hand. That said, 2-5, so it doesn't exactly look safe by any metric.
Sumo.
So we'll just sumo instead. Why not? Ura? No, no Haneman. Hanemans don't exist. Okay. So reasonable starting hand, Dora adjacent tile. So we have Dora acceptance with that and can technically accept the other 2 5s as well. Yeah, the wall dealt into me. Too bad the wall doesn't pay me too.
Con.
Excuse me? Why are you conning? Are you trying to die? Like, That's how you get slammed for a massive hand. You open 3 times, one of which is a con. Their hand can't be worth that much, can it? Like, it's Honitsu, I guess. Maybe not, with this delay. Huh. Still discarding dragons, too. Wild. Boo. Get out. Don't actually get out. We like you sticking around here. But it's really the sentiment that matters.
つも
Yeah, there it is. I still don't think the con was right. But, you know, here we are. So what's our game plan? We're 4,900 behind second, 10,000 behind first. In South 2 with no dealership left. And a mediocre hand. Depends on whose soul you're talking about, Melodic. Hey, maybe I could get the Monemon here. Nope, never mind. No Monemon ever. That's not a bad draw, though. I probably won't pawn the first white dragon from this position.
Home.
Oh, or would I? It's just kind of a weird hand right now. So if we discard the 6, so we can still accept Dora, technically. It's just a slide instead of a completion of a shape. And the 6-0 is a decent Suji trap. For 1,000 points, I'm going to hold off. I will take the second one, though. Yeah, I think we drop that here. Try to keep at least a little bit of a semblance of safety. And the earlier a Suji trap is set, the better. It's a very long pause. Okay. I mean, that's fair. I can see why you'd want to pause for quite a while on that. Here we don't have the opportunity to pass a Sha, though. We either need to take it or not right away. Yeah, if the Sha comes out, I think I'm going to Honitsu Force. I said it and then this happens. Yeah, there's not really any other value here. Let's do it. Could end up on Doratanki. You know, not great, but it's got some value at least.
G.
Of course. Is it Weird Al that has a song called Why Does This Always Happen to Me? I think it's him. It's been a while though. Ooh, that's a great draw here. Okay. We now have a Mangun. If someone discards another pay, it even upgrades from there.
リーチ
ポン
I mean, what are you gonna do? We've got to go for this here. We're 2,400 ahead of the person in last. We're just hard shoving here. Oh, Lord. Okay. Yeah, no thought, just push. I need to get a Zensupa Girl shirt. It is Weird Al, 2003 song. Hey, if I can keep dodging bullets, this might win. Like, the funny thing is, the 7-pin actually looks like a great discard here. But, you know. I thought I got God on the Nakasuji for a second. Like, of all the things that it could deal in that I've dealt. Yeah, that's fine. Chi and then discard 7-pin.
チ
Is it happening? No. Okay. Unlucky.
スモ
Very unlucky. Terrible Chi. Alright, that's fine though. Oh, it's gonna be a lot harder to catch up now. Need Haneman Sumo for first, Mangan Sumo for second. This hand accepts 1 Dora with a 5/6/7 Sanchoku, I guess. It is something. So it still could be, right? Like, there were a lot of upper Pinsu that were taken up, so if they had like 8/7/7 Chi into a lower Pinsu weight, it'd be reasonable that it would come out there. Just because you're Honitsu doesn't mean that you never discard that suit. How's it going, Doodoo?
チ
Years. Literally years. Have I been streaming for years? I guess I technically have. It's been a couple years now. Well, assume you don't count my past life, then it's been many, many years. That's how I got a Twitch name with only 2 numbers after it, after a very common word. And thus Crow77 was born. Sure.
リーチ
I can't hear it, Doodle. Need to turn it up a bit more. So this is a very suspect Riichi. Like, I'm never dealing in here. If I can help it, of course. But even if I did, it'd have to be a Hanemon? I guess Hanemon's reasonable. But no, we're just folding and taking our third here. They're not happy with taking their position, though. They're pushing. At least somewhat. Like, I could reasonably try to deal into Toyman here. That looked like Yamagoshi. Are they waiting on 8-pin? We'll see. They were. I am surprised I was able to read that Yamagoshi. That's nice. Yeah, so 3,900 wasn't enough, so they had to try not to hit that player. Good play by them. Sad it didn't work out, though. But we'll take our third. Unfortunately, we are first away from having a winning record here. So let's see if we can do that this time. Been a much rougher month than last month. Last month was so much easier. All right. Unfortunately, rating dropping like a bomb. Interesting hand. We will pawn the Haku if we get the chance. That's a good draw too. Now we're likely to discard a pair. Yeah, I think this is fine here. Try to find a better shape or Sanshoku. 7-mon just has some value here. And naturally, we redraw the pair. Why wouldn't we? Yeah, we'll go for speed instead. No Sanshoku this time. Okay. Slightly better to discard this one. Because then if we draw the 2, we can wait on another Dora. Or we can accept the Dora anyway. If we sumo, we get that extra tasty foo for 700, 1,300 instead of 500, 1,000. Ooh. I think we just do that then. Because we'll only ever have one Dora. And we're blocking the 2-mon pretty hard. So it's fairly likely that the 2-mon comes out here. Just with natural hand development. +5, so it looks completely safe against me. But the second Dora does help this hand quite a lot here. Nice.
Boom.
As predicted. All right, and we have another hand with pretty decent shapes. Integrated Dora. Nice. If we have starting hands like this all stream, I will be the last person to complain. You guys might start complaining though, because it might be too easy to watch. It was not lost on me, though, that the Forso would have dealt in 1 turn before the Tumon did. Oh, nice. Okay. So now we have kind of our option here of what we want to go for. If we draw the 2-pin, great. If not, we'll probably discard the 1-3. Exactly. The drama. Lights, camera, action. Wait. Wrong industry. Though I guess I do technically have some lights. It is, like, wild to me that, like, I always watched, you know, all the streamer setup things, and it's like, oh, why do these people spend so much stuff? No one cares. And then I, like, went out and bought a bunch of lights and cameras and a nice microphone for streaming. Yeah, I guess it's time to discard this now, right? I think so. With the 7 draw, it gives us additional acceptance, so might as well do that. If we draw the 4-pin, we'll still discard the 9. So we still have the Tanyao chance here. Yeah, okay. We'll forsake the Tanyao chance for the efficiency. Yeah, a good mic is very important, especially when your primary format is YouTube. Like, my face couldn't matter less, but having a good microphone for videos and everything is a really good idea.
Dong.
Alright then. Riichi Pinfu. Ura. Alright then. Another pretty good starting hand. Good starting hand and a good starting draw. You don't see that very often. We could just go like 2-pin 3-mon Riichi. I'd be fine with that. I won't even ask for the 4-pin. I guess I don't need to ask for the 4-pin. Sometimes it just happens. So now, we could potentially cheat the 6-pin. Slightly better to discard the 5 over the 8 here. Because now if we like draw 5 later, the 8 is generally safer. Great draw. Let's get rid of the more dangerous dragon first. We did draw 2 pins, so next we called the 3-mon, right? Not quite. Ramen Tenpai is still probably better than discarding our safe tile. So at what point do we chi the 6-pin? That's the real question.
Chi.
Is it right now? I mean, 2 calls, I think we have to. In order to keep up with this, we have to.
Dong.
Yeah, that's obviously like a chance for Sanshoku. That 2 seems very aggressive. I don't know. Whatever. We are sitting on 1 Dora. Once again, unfortunately, the Dragon Dora. That's a good draw. Now the question is using it, right? Having to connect an isolated Akka tile just feels like a mission, right? Like, this has got to happen for this hand to win. Oh, beautiful. 2, 3, 4. This one, I guess. So this is potential for 4, 5, 6 on Shoko. But we will go ahead and drop the dragon here. It's about like one of the last turns you really want to. I've heard that like after 9th discard or so, you really don't want to be discarding the dragon, Dora. Yeah, I guess we'll take it.
Riichi.
Well, I guess we're discarding the 1, 2 now. Oh, geez, that's ugly. We just can't deal in here. It's not a good idea. Non is confirmed safe. It was pretty safe before, but now, 100%. We could still redraw something to make this one our pair. Are we out of safe tiles? We are. 6 pin doesn't seem bad, though. Yeah, we'll just take the other one. That's fine. No, 4 pin doesn't seem too bad. Like, I think this is okay. We are very close to Tempai. Just kind of dancing around it right now. The problem is if we hit Tempai, what we have to discard to actually stay Tempai. I guess one option is the 6-0. 6-0 is probably our safest option if we hit Tempai. I don't think we Riichi though.
Home. Home.
Haite Sumo? No. That's fine though. We do properly read the 3-6 weight, knowing the 3-6 was dangerous and 6 was also dangerous over here. Well done, us. And we have a Dora 2 with a Byakuai pair in hand. Dora 3. Okay. This is the sort of hand you want to make sure you're sitting up straight for, so you seem very welcoming. That way maybe you actually get the tiles you need. We'll see if it works this time though. I mean, sure. That's pretty good. That's also pretty good. This could be a very fast monster. I agree, Doodle. That's technically more efficient here. What do we do if we get the Ipeco? Oh. I mean, I guess that didn't really do anything. There it is.
Home.
Waiting on 4 7-pin 8-mon. 7-pin is usually a good wait with this sort of thing, like waiting on the Dora Suji. Because then if someone draws the Dora and slides a Suji over, they deal in. Obviously not the case here. Good to hear, Big Mage. Have you played this game before? Like, I'm not sure what you mean by having no idea what's going on. Because if you have no idea what this game is, I would gladly give you a quick rundown of the rules. I would just love this hand to end with a sumo here.
Kang.
Oh no, that's completely fine, Big Mage. So basically, this is Riichi Mahjong. Specifically the Japanese version of Mahjong. Very different from like Chinese and American versions and that sort of thing. But the main difference between them lies in scoring. Japanese Mahjong is a very defensive game because if you deal someone's winning tile, you're fully responsible for payment of that hand. So, the hand that I have right now is a pretty good one. It's worth about 8,000 points and you only have a starting stack of about 25,000. Oof, that's unfortunate. Okay, maybe?
Dong.
Oh, come on. Should have discarded the 6. So you can see that because I dealt the winning tile over there, I'm fully responsible for this payment. Luckily, it wasn't a very large hand, so no big loss or anything. But at its core, this is kind of a rummy game, basically, where you're trying to collect typically 4 sets of 3 in a pair. Your hand never really goes up. It's always 13 tiles when it's not your turn, 14 tiles when it is your turn. Then you make your discard with a 14-tile winning hand. So 4 sets of 3 in a pair. So like right now, this could become like 4, 5, 6. Pair of 8s. Make something out of this. So it takes a little bit of practice to really like visualize the hands and know where the hand is going. But that just takes time and experience. So generally speaking, I try to adopt a fairly, what's the word? Fairly aggressive play style where I don't have a lot of defense in my hands. I prefer to be on the attack, try to be winning hands as opposed to passively not trying to deal into people's hands. But obviously there's a place for either. Can't just be dealing in willy-nilly. So that's the very, very short version. The other big wrinkle with it is that all hands need something from a specific list of patterns. So like there's certain things that give you valid scoring hands, and that's kind of the hardest part of the game for people to learn. So one of the more common ones that this hand is likely to be is called Tanyao, or all simples, where your tile has none of the dragon and wind tiles, like these in my discard right here, and none of the 1s or the 9s either. If you do that, and you have the completed 4 sets of 3 in a pair, then you can have a valid hand. Don't know if that was the right discard there. The 8 might have been better. Hard to say. Unfortunately, I don't think this client has a way to turn on the helper indicators, like for players who don't know, you know, what this number is and that sort of thing. If you've never really learned Japanese or Chinese numbers, there are clients that have a little icon that gives you the number up in the corner there. Now, incidentally, with the way that this hand is developed, it could end up on Chitoitsu, literally translated as 7 pairs. It is one of the few hands that is a valid scoring configuration without being 4 sets of 3 in a pair. So we're going to keep that option around a little bit here. Don't want to discard the Southwind because Southwind has not been discarded yet, so it seems very unsafe. This is where the defense side of things tends to come in a bit more. Okay. Pretty good hand. That will kick me out of second. But that's alright. Ooh. Now, much like poker and that sort of thing, there's a lot of overlaps with this in poker. There is a flush style of hand where you have just a single suit of tiles. Pinzu being the suit that I'm looking at with this hand. And you can have honor tiles like these here. I'm going to hold off on this for a second, but there is a way to call a 4 of a kind, basically. That's what the pop-up there was. Of course. Next time I draw any sort of effective tile, I'm going to call the con here. But cons are very much a double-edged sword. We will take this, though. So now we'll call a con on our next discard. Before our next discard, anyway.
Con.
Okay. A little bit awkward. But hand is decent value. But the con didn't really help us at all. For the purpose of completing your hand, though, this still only counts as a set of 3. That's kind of the trick that gets a lot of people. Trick? I don't know if that's the right word or not.
Riichi.
But no, it's a very intense game. There's a lot going on with it to keep track of. It's one of those things where I have, of course, I've played this game for about 20 years now, and I am still learning and developing as a player, which is something I love out of a game. Some kind of really complex, well, complex isn't the right word. Just that depth of gameplay is always astounding to me. Yes, conning always makes you draw better tiles, right? Spoiler, that's not right at all. Yeah, basically the short version is that cons tend, once you've made a call, so I had the tiles down in the bottom right-hand corner from the call that I made off someone else's tile. Once you have that, a con is more likely to help out your opponents more than yourself. Yeah, it's funny how many people have poker experience and start getting recommended this game. Like there isn't... This is all said with an asterisk, but Mahjong is not a gambling game anymore. Or at least that's what the Japanese government would like you to think. So right now I'm not gambling or anything. This is just for fun. But I've played with my coworkers from Japan, and they were very, very happy to be gambling doing it. So it's just one of those things that they've tried to like shed that connection in a way that poker hasn't. But it just did not stick in America. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Dudo. Do we want this here? I think a 1,000-point hand to get a slight lead over this player would be helpful. So we will go ahead and open here. One of the biggest things to keep in mind is that open hands have good and bad aspects. Open hands are generally going to be worth fewer points. So that's obviously one of the bad aspects. But obviously using other people's tiles to complete your hand makes it a lot quicker. So that does help a lot. There's also the defensive aspect to consider, because once you call these tiles, you can't touch them anymore. Like, they're just stuck here forever. So if I am trying to avoid dealing into someone's hand, it gets a lot harder. All right, now we are ready, waiting on the 5-8 pin. Slightly better discard the 7 here, I think. The option there is discard the 7 or the 4. 4 is a more central tile, technically deals into more things. And I think we're late enough in the game that I don't need to cut the less safe tile first. You wanted to cut for safety instead. That, however, actually that doesn't seem too bad. It should be fine. It's actually pretty safe against all players. And when I talk about safety, a lot of times I'm looking at their discard pools, what they've discarded, like it even matters if they discarded it from within their hand or if they discard the tile that they drew. So if you watch right here, that one actually came out from within the hand.
つも
But if they discard the tile they drew, it would have actually been that tile because of how important that is tactically in this game. Unfortunately, we are in last now. With a very terrible hand. What are we going to do about this? Let's see what the first draw is. Yeah, I guess it's Chanta. I think this is the only real way I'm going to get any value out of the hand. So Chanta is basically the opposite of Tanyao that I taught you before, where Tanyao is just 2 through 8. Chanta has to have edge tiles only. And tiles don't wrap around. It's 1 through 9. 9, 1, 2 doesn't do anything for you. So because of that, central tiles are a lot better than edge tiles. Might be obvious, but you know, if you haven't played many rummy games, might be something you've never learned. So this kind of hand is generally one to avoid, but I think in this situation, it's just not doing anything without it. Ooh, that's not great, though. I would have much preferred a different shape here. So it does actually exist, too, though. It's called Space Mahjong. That is not a joke. That's what it's called. And it plays a bit crazy, honestly, where, I don't want to say, like basically hands are so fast, it's unbelievable sometimes. Because you don't really think about it, but, you know, a lot of your early turns are spent discarding those terminal and honor tiles. And that version of Mahjong allows you to make runs out of honors as well. So, obviously at that point, it speeds up quite a bit. I would still love to draw the 9-pin here. Would I chi the 9-pin? Maybe. Junchan Sanchaku Dora. That'd be a Mangan. So if I chi 9-pin, I have to discard 2 so. There's only one zone discard. It's doable. Not ideal, but doable. Not on that discard, though. The problem is we're at a position where we can't really discard the Dora either. Yeah, I think with the 5 passing a little bit ago, it's the way to go. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Some Chinese sets use tempo, but not all of them. So I think we just Dama here. I don't think it's worth a Riichi.
Riichi.
Oh lord. We're gonna make this play. Sancho Gudora.
Riichi.
Only making that play because I'm in last. Maybe we'll snipe something. That's an interesting pause here. Oh, wow. White passed. That's a good situation for me. Okay, so that's why there was a delay there. They were waiting on 147. All right, then. Now there's a lot of points in the center, and we're not in last, so good outcome. We'll take it. Would have been slightly better if I hadn't reached it, I guess.
Boom.
So, this is a weird situation. This could become Honitsu, right? Like, I have a lot of the Manzu. Keep drawing a lot of the Manzu, too. Like, yeah, I guess this is just Honitsu. Maybe Chinitsu if we're lucky. Calling tiles is weird here, though. Like, I think we pawned the 6 or the 8. Can't take that one, though. Now we could. The 6 themselves aren't usually too bad. It depends how nice of sticks you want, though. So definitely don't want to con that. That's a great draw. So here, if we get this run, we're actually Tenpai waiting on the Chun, right? No, not right. This is where the game gets kind of crazy, Big Mage, because these hands have so much interaction and there's so much you need to watch out for. Still a good draw. We are Tenpai for Chinitsu. This is waiting on 145 mon, I think. No. Does that change anything? No, I don't think I want that. Sorry, this is going to take a lot of concentration. Oh. I'm pretty sure I was just waiting on the 5, because there's the extra 6 here. This locks in the pair of 8s. So yeah, it was just the 5. Unfortunate. Oh, we get another chance at a Honitsu.
Boom.
We are in all last. We're definitely within range of second. First is going to be a lot harder, but one big thing is that the dealer gets to keep going as long as they keep winning. Yeah, so the awkward thing is that 70 gets you a full set as well, a lot of times. Though I guess down when you're from, where you're from, it's, I don't know the exact monetary translation there. All right, that's a very good draw here. Ishanten. Really need a 7 mon. Really badly. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. And obviously it'll vary a lot too, because I'm not sure how much your import costs are either. I would love drawing an effective tile here. Yeah, the draws started great, and it's really tapered off. But it doesn't help that I don't have too many tiles that I can accept here. That's a me problem. We do need to make sure not to deal into anything too big, though. That's a good draw, though. Here we could actually even pawn the east wind.
Home.
つも
Or we could just sumo. Like, that also works. Alright, that definitely puts us in range at first. Now we're just a Mongon away. Nice. This is a pretty good starting hand, too. Need some help still, though. Like, the shapes aren't great. Can only accept the 3 here. That's a good draw. So that's Sanshoku chance. Big Mage. Sanshoku is the same run in each suit, so I have the chance for 1, 2, 3 in each suit here, depending how the hand develops. I'd love to be able to get that too, though. I don't really want to open for it. Yeah, I think that was the right call. Okay, so now it's going to really depend on what we end up drawing, as it often does. I just don't see a way to make a Mongon out of this hand. Oh wow, that's way cheaper. I think we're gonna have to discard the 1, 2 here soon. 2 of the 3s being dead is not a good sign. It's just a smaller market, right? Like, there's a lot of Chinese people in the world that play a lot of Chinese Mahjong. That's really what it comes down to. I'm gonna be very sad if I draw the 3 here. At the same time, not really, but you know how it goes. Oh, do we just have to fold here? Do we? Probably not, actually. Like, if we deal into a Hanuman, we die, but... I think I can push a little bit here. How much is a little bit, though? Like, the 6 mon doesn't look great. Oh, really? I had no idea that was a thing. Like, this hand is starting to look like a Mongon now. I need to be able to get rid of this 6. That's the big thing. That's Sotogawa, so that should be fine. I mean, it is what it is. Is this worth it? Reach Pin Fedora?
リーチ
Let's do it. We are favored to win if this works. With 2 Dora indicators, that's like 0.7 Dora on average. And we need 1 Dora in order to win the game. Or they could just deal into us here. I'd be fine with that. No, no luck. And there's no way they deal in, right? Like, that would just be suicidal. Okay, that's fine. So making slight progress towards first. Only 8,300 down now. And that's with a bunch of sticks in the center and a very fast hand. Like, this isn't going to be enough to catch up in 1 stroke. Unless we Riichi. Then it could be. Like, if we draw this...
Riichi.
Sure, we'll take it. It's not the best weight, but what do you do against this? Like, there's no defending. It's hope you don't deal in. It's a decent early reach, you know. Just Riichi Tanyo. I've seen better. No, you only need Ura 2 for the Mungun. I don't even need a full Mungun. I need Ura 1 to take the game here. True, there is some con potential. I would slam it if I get it. It's probably not in anyone's hand either. I would have expected it to come out by now with the 5 discard. Looks like people are generally playing pretty safe. That's unfortunate. Would have loved that red 5. So just gonna go to Ryukoko. That could happen. 17, 18 draws, whatever. You know. Discarding an entire shape after a Riichi, though. 4, 5, 6. And there's just like no Sozu coming out either. Yeah, the color of the discards is not great for me. If I sumo, that would be pretty great, though. That would win the game if I sumo. What do we got? Oh, jeez. That's such a dangerous tile. Like, I guess it's less dangerous than the 7, but still. I'm hoping someone discards the 7 now, thinking that is safe. God, they're just pushing. So they're Tenpai, they must be. That's the only reason I can think of to play like that. Wait, 3 and 7 are the best weights. What are you talking about? That's just patently false. So it's most likely to deal in 3 and 7 are because of penchants existing. 8, 9, and 1, 2. So it should actively discourage you from discarding those. Just give me a 7, please. Not that 7. All right, we go again. There's 2 of them. Wow. They could catch up like that. All right, we are 6,300 down. Okay, starting shapes. I should have doo-doo. That's my fault. So 3,900 points in the center. Subtracted from 63 is 2,400 point hand. 2,400 is really trivial to get as dealer. Not even 340 because of the 3,900 in the center. This is like anything wins. This is Riichi Pinfu wins. This is open hand Wandora wins. And we have open hand Wandora if we can find a Yakuhai here. But maybe we don't even need it. Pinfu Wandora, Dama would also work.
Home.
The speed at which they are opening their hand does not work for me, though. Pinsuho needs to, probably. Like, this is certainly a Mangan, certainly enough to catch up here. I mean, that's something. I'm a turn too late to call the Pon, though. Okay. If we draw the 3 so, we probably... What do we cut there? Probably cut the Chun there. If we we get the last tune, we can cut the Forso. Oh. Well. This is scary. This game suddenly got a lot more volatile than I thought it was going to be. I'll drop the tune here. My hope is that if the player on my left wins, it's by rolling Toyman. Because I think my play is just a shutdown here. Maybe. There might be a path back to Tempai. But we're going to need to discard the 9-pin. Not yet.
Riichi. Dong.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. That's the game. We'll take another second. Just can't quite eke out that first here. That's fine. If we just keep getting seconds, we're going to do just fine. All right. Exactly. Alternate second and third and you're completely fine. God, I wonder how bad it would be if you like made an inverse of the Tenho points. It's like first place gets plus 75, second gets 0. Just sounds wild. This is Ishanten. Turn 2 Chitoi Tanya Reach? Maybe? Ever? No, never. Let's go ahead and cut that one here.
Boom.
Like, there's some ways. No, I was going to say there's some ways to morph this into Ryampeigo, but it never really happens here. Should probably keep some safety back. Or I could just, you know, go absolutely ham on everything instead. That gives some options here, though. Now it doesn't even have to be Chitoi.
Riichi.
Ouch. Okay. I think I was about to cheat that. Yeah, like you could force Ryampeigo. It's a terrible idea, but technically it is an option that you have. Ryampeigo just doesn't exist, though. I had an opportunity for it last night, so I Dama'd and then immediately sumoed. And I was like sad because I wanted the Ryampeigo. But I was happy because I sumoed, so you know. Take it and leave it, I guess. Yeah, that's right. 2 of the 3 pins out. Go ahead and get rid of the 2. So we should discard this 8 sooner rather than later, probably. This 8, that is. Well, now we drew that, though. Now if we draw the 7, we're Tempai. Pretty reasonable Tempai, too. If we get to the point where we're on a door kanchan, we probably just go ahead and take it. That's the sort of thing I don't want to be predicting, right? I prefer to be wrong about that sort of thing. Should have just drawn the door there. Guess I have to draw next draw instead. No. Never mind. That's what happens when I try too hard to call a shot. It's really awkward though, because it's so close to Itsu. I could have just Dama Itsu'd if I drew the 9, but oh well. Oh, excuse me. I think this hand is more than likely to end in Ryukyoku. There's the word. Opening the 7s, discarding the 6, half Suji with a 1-shot on the other side. Still playing fairly defensively though. Can't quite tell if they're pushing or not. Has to be, because that gave me Haite, which they shouldn't do. Interesting. Like, it looks like they're folding here. Not just because they didn't con. Not conning there is almost certainly correct. Yeah, it just looks like a fold. Man, if I get the Haite Sumo now. No, never. That's fine. We are tied for first. No, we are in first. Forgot how this one does points. A little bit of an awkward hand. Could end up 7, 8, 9 Sanshoku, but then it doesn't integrate the Dora. Long Suji. You know what rhymes with long Suji? Wrong Suji. Long Suji doesn't exist. Like, it technically does. It's just such a small effect. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I don't think the Itsu is going to happen here. It just requires too many perfect draws. Musuji does exist, Bacterium. You're right.
Chi.
True. Call the long Suji, and you're good to go. There we go. That's nice. And this is where we draw the rest of the Itsu. 5 into 4 incoming. What do we want to draw here? Like, obviously the 6-mon would be good. We probably don't even Riichi that. That's good, though. I like that. I do want to discard one of these 9s at some point, though. Guess that time's now. Draw the 5-8 pin for a Tenpai, waiting on 3 6-mon for pin Fudora 2. Pin Fudora 3, which is a Dama. Be very quiet. We're hunting Mahjong players.
Sumo.
Oh, or we just should have reached it, I guess, and gotten the Baimon. But this is fine. We'll take a Mangan here. That's what happens when I'm too clever and try to Dama so many hands. But it's fine. It was the right play there. You don't Riichi pin Fudora 3. Just a little bit sad, that's all. That is a 5th pair already. The door just doesn't do anything here, which is why I dropped it. Huh? Like, I guess that's best.
치,
Really weird hand. Maybe I should have gone for the toy toy, actually. Let's keep the Suwanko dream alive. Even if we did almost murder it. So we need to get exactly the last 2 so to really have a shot at it. I guess we could draw in 3 or 4 and then draw the other one, but not super likely. Like, none of it's super likely, right? That's why it's a Yakuman.
홈,
It's probably just right to Riichi if we hit Tenpai, though. Oh, that hurts. Okay. Well. Like, I could always take the Shapo on a Riichi. But I don't Riichi Yakumani Shanten. I'll still, like, immediately roll if I get it. But... oh.
リーチ
Don't say anything, chat. Literally nothing. I need you to be completely silent until his hand is over. It has been... no, I'm not even going to say anything. We're just watching this completely normal game of Mahjong. There's nothing going on that could be very strange or concerning in the slightest. And, you know, maybe we'll just sumo. You know, just win a hand.
홈,
Okay. That wasn't terrifying at all.
롱,
Oh, come on. For those of you that might have missed it, we were on a Yakuman Tenpai. But Yakuman don't exist on this channel, apparently. Yeah, it's tragic. Is what it is. We'll get more chances. It will happen eventually. And you can start saying words again now, chat. It's fine. The don't say a word was a very, very temporary thing. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all it takes is drawing a winning hand. Easy, right?
홈
Okay, we do take that. Since we are in the lead, we want to apply pressure here and try to force the end of the game sooner. That's a good draw. We take those. Now we can pawn 5-pin. I could technically pawn the 7, but it always feels so bad too.
홈
So we'll just pawn the 5-pin instead. Easy. Waiting on 4-7. I would switch to something in the Manzu instead if I can. Of course. Just because one of the 7s is already out. Well, I guess the Manzu isn't much better, so it's probably better to keep the 7 back for safety. Do I ever switch to an honor wait? Are there any honors I can wait on? I could wait on... No, I can't wait on tone. That's not how that works. 2 of the 9s are dead, so it doesn't make sense to switch on that. It would make sense to switch on 5-8 Mon. So I'll do that if I can. Does it ever make sense to switch here? I think it does, actually. Sorry. And this is very speculative, but this has a couple benefits. It's safe against a lot here. There's 2 of the 3s out and only 1 of the 1s. And 2 of the 2s, so it's not super likely the 1 ends up in a hand. The same can't be said for 4-7 so. So like I said, it's very speculative, but this is wall reading. I just think the 1 pin is a better weight. And now we have the safe tile against them too. That seems fine. Yeah. Like, it's fairly likely that gets discarded here. Not if they're thinking this much, though.
Dong.
Yep, okay. Alright, so no real change in position there. We're on 7 terminals and honors again. That just seems to be the number recently. Still don't mind the hand, though. This could actually end up being Chunchan or Chanta. We'll see. Not gonna discard Dora, like, ever, I don't think. We'll see. Like, maybe. But Dora just seems really good here. Like, maybe if it moves around to Junchan. Excuse me. Or if the Dora starts dying, or who knows. If we do it in pursuit of a Sanshoku, maybe. I guess there are reasons to discard the Dora. But it's definitely not my go-to here. That's good, though. Now we can cut this. We have the Sanshoku chance. Next cut is the 8, so... Well, I guess not. See... Yeah, can't do it.
Riichi.
Yep, this is a hard fold here. No, dear lord. Help? I think it's that. I think that's my safest option.
Sumo.
Okay. So that's a Hanemon, which still doesn't, like, meaningfully change the game here. For me, anyway. Like, they're a little bit closer to me, but I don't expect to win points at that point anyway. Right, Doodle? Alright, so having a pair of the Doorwind is very nice. Means when I draw the third one, I can just keep it. So, like, the most painful needle, I'm still thinking about this, by the way. The most painful needle is that if I had kept the Sanzo and discarded the 5-pin earlier, I would have gotten a Suanko. Crazy stuff. Not last hand, obviously. But be the 4th reach. Yeah, that hand wasn't really too close to Riichi. Seems fine to lock in the Ryonmin there. Best draw is obviously the none. What would we accept other than that? Like really, like anything, right? It's not the attitude, it's the tiles that are the problem. Yeah, that's a good draw. I think we cut this here. Yeah, 1-so seems reasonable, especially compared to the 5.
Pong.
Nice. Unfortunately, 3 of the 3s are dead. So it's really just the 6s I'm looking for. Not that 6. We've talked about this game. You're supposed to read my mind and know what I need. Can't just get the denomination right and not the suit. Unfortunately, this isn't that kind of rummy game.
Don't.
Oh, come on. That's crap. It's fine. It's fine. This is all fine. This isn't fine. What? Like, I guess this is fine. I really don't know if going for this over the Honitsu was good. But for some reason this was the gut instinct. We're going to cut one of the penchants here. 7-pin is already cut. We can keep this 8 around as a potential for a pair, depending on the way the rest of the hand develops.
Home.
It does feel weird to cut Sanshoku, but I don't think it ever really happens here.
Eat.
Oh, jeez. Well, I made the right cut there, at least.
Sumo.
Yeah, that's not great. Relatively small, at least. We are neck and neck, though. Really weird starting hand. Now we have a door 2. Door 2 with no real Yakuai prospects. Not great. Is this just Tanyao? It might be. Maybe not. We're keeping the Yakuai around because of how good it is if we do get it here. But I still think we have to focus efficiency when it comes down to it. Now we'll do this here. Lock the door pair. We'll see if we can do something about the 1-mons. Don't think we do that yet, though. Seems a little bit early to force that hard. If we can get the 6-mon, though, it'll be time. Ooh, that's also pretty good though. So, what do you say? We just discard a chin. Eh? Maybe?
本
Thank you. Three, 2. I mean, I guess. Yeah, we're playing fully aggressively here. We will call literally anything that progresses our hand. The ones, though.
Chi.
本
Okay. Like I said, literally anything that progresses the hand. I'm not picky.
Riichi.
I would say I got rid of the 2, so just in time, but it is safe against them. They're very likely to be on a Ryanman wait here, so Suji seems pretty reliable. Could you not help out and discard a 9-1 for me? Please?
Chi.
Close enough. Oh, that really just chained Osuno. No, I can't. Instead, I will probably deal in on my next draw.
つも
Or deal into myself. That also works. Nice. Good job, Bacterium. Those aren't easy books by any means. Ooh. This is a pretty strong Tanyao hand. It doesn't even have to be Tanyao. We'll see. I'm not as slanted towards aggressive play with this draw, but I will chi a Formon. Dealing into yourself is the best player to deal into, let's be honest. Okay, this one is redundant now. Okay. So if I can chi the Formon, I'll be Tenpai. I could Pon as well, but I don't like that as much. I'm wondering if I should be keeping back some safety here. Ugh. I don't think I take this. Yeah, the weight's just too bad here. I guess it was Suji trapped. I don't know. I think this is a better option now we're close to Pinville. And we can have a Ryanman Tenpai, Ishanten rather, with a Northwind back, which isn't safe, but it's still an honor. It has always been an honor. Okay, now it's cut. Like, we'll Dama this hand. I don't like it. Should I just Riichi? I probably should just Riichi. What am I doing?
リーチ
This is way better. Because 2-5 pin, you never expect that from this, right? Like 3-4 pin. It looks like I cut the 6-pin because I had 3/4 pin. And then later I chose to cut the 3/4 pin waiting on a different roundman. That's what this looks like here. So the 2-pin should be, in their eyes, completely safe. So hopefully we don't die a horrible death. That would be unfortunate. Good news is the Shah is dead completely. So that's not an option anymore. If Toyman draws a 2, they're discarding it. And we're blocking the lower Sozu pretty badly compared to how many tiles have been discarded from that area. And we just steal into ourselves again. Alright, we finally got a win for the night. So that brings our record up to 1-3-1-1. It's a pretty decent place to call it, I think. A little bit of a gain. Basically gained 30 points or so. Yeah, 30 points. So we are going to leave that there. Thank you all so much for joining in. Really do appreciate all the viewership and all of your support. We do this every Friday night at 7 p.m. EST. So if you would like to join in, feel free to click the link for the Discord down in the description. Join our community and, chat about crows for no apparent reason. But until next week, that is going to be about it. So I will see you guys next time.